up, everybody? It's Buffalo Ben 15 Golf back at it again. And today we are out at PipeStone Golf Course in Miamisburg, Ohio. Yes, that same PipeStone Golf Course that you guys saw in one of my most popular videos ever about 3 years ago. And if you remember from 3 years ago, I topped this tee shot very poorly and led to a double bogey, but not this time. I have just put my big boy pants on and was like, you know what? This is a short par 4. This is just an inviting opportunity for me to go for it. Not as much pressure, not playing with two guys I've never seen before. And this is also a course that I have now played before. So I was feeling pretty good about my chances heading into today. On the first.
Oh my gosh, guys. PipeStone in Miami. Last time I was here, I got a double bogey 6 on the first hole. So we got a chance to cut that in half.
So as you see here, just a pretty positive, pretty inspiring start to the round. 2 really solid shots in a row, giving myself one of the most prime birdie opportunities that I've ever had in my life, honestly. I mean, it doesn't get much better than 4.5 feet with almost no break. So it is downhill though, so I did have to be really tentative with this stroke. I wanted to make sure I didn't bang it, because even if I banged it a little bit offline, it was going to catch that edge of the hole funny, and there was no way it was going to drop. There was no way it wasn't going to lip out.
Oh my goodness.
And in my efforts to hit it with as little speed as I can, I pull it and I miss out on a golden opportunity, which
missed opportunity there, but
began
we're not down early, so that's good.
And as you see here, I take it pretty well in the moment because I know that I'm still off to a good start. But at the same time, after just thinking about how bad of a missed opportunity that was, in the next few minutes, you guys are going to see how that affects these next couple shots a little bit. This one I leave out to the right a little bit of an anti-water swing, knowing what's left of this fairway. Yeah, as you can see, that water runs down the entirety of this hole. So obviously did not want to flirt with that, but instead now I have a very awkward stance after taking a drop. Heck, I almost, if that railing, if that like little guard rail that comes up like 3 inches on that path wasn't there, like if it was just flat from grass to path, I honestly would have rather hit it off the path. Like, that's how crazy this slope was. So as you guys are going to see here, that definitely does not help me in this swing. I'm aiming like 40 yards to the right of this pin because I'm thinking this hill is just going to draw it back the most I've ever seen a ball draw in my life because of the lie angle, and it just does not move at all, which confuses the absolute crap out of me. But at the same time, me being in the dormant rough, you know, with it getting super wet, super frosty, and everything compact in the morning, all the grass is kind of
I think that's what he did.
If that's even
yeah, that was a big swing for a short iron.
That might have had something to do with it. Just didn't get the right spin on it.
Not
but this was a
guy.
pretty good recovery shot. I was over by hole 3's tee actually when I hit that shot, luckily. This side of the course, a lot of the holes are next to each other, and you can get away with that crap, whereas the back 9, where it meanders through houses, yeah, gonna have to work on that. Only have about 2 hours to fix that problem. But anyways, off to the birdie putt, which was my first real test of the pace of the greens of the day, but I do a really good job of this one. Yeah, this pin was kind of right on the top of the ridge. It was downhill beyond the hole, but had to get it going with enough speed for it to get all the way to the top, or else it would have stopped like 6 or 7 feet short. So that was actually a really good putt. So starting off pretty well, par, even through 2, can't be mad. And this hole is really where I started thinking about what I did last time, considering how absolutely horrible it was. I watched a lot of footage of the old video that I made here when I was making this one, and I have to say, this is where the most stuck out to me. Yeah, just you see how horrible that swing was, just how jumpy and jerky it was, how little tempo there was, how much I stood up at it and just cut across every ball, didn't know how to swing inside to out, and I had those shoulders get super active to compensate back then, which after enough reps on the range, I was able to get something to work. I mean, I had the best stretch of golf that I've had in my life in 2021. Till this day, I still believe that that was the best golf I've ever played in my life. And like I said, I'm getting close once again to that ability. My scoring average in 2021 for my senior year was 39.89 for 27 9 holes. I know, hard to believe that this is that same guy as you see here, that I top it, doesn't get over the hill, and just dribbles along the ground. I'm lucky it had enough speed to still get up to the green. But as you can see, just a pretty lackluster performance on this hole so far. Shades of 3 years ago definitely shining through. But never say never. It's going to get better, as you guys see here with this shot. This, I mean, I don't give much spoilers. I've been given a little bit too many in this video so far, but I have to say this is one of the best chip shots I've ever hit. It's just that simple.
Good shot. Run it out. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. Right at the edge.
That's got to be in, right? Oh, that's a wedge worthy. That's about a foot away. Great shot. Out of that lie. That nearly went in. Got my attention. Stay up. It's going to go down the ridge. Dang it. Yeah, that is a wedge worthy if I have ever seen one. Even through 3.
Can you believe it, guys? I mean, that is just that was just world-class golf shot right there. Terrible lie, terrible angle coming in, and sometimes a shot requires you to just hit it absolutely perfect in golf. And that was one of those instances, and I pulled it off. I mean, it's just, that's what it comes down to. It's excellent. So, off to this 4th hole, par 3. One of my favorite holes on the course, actually. The last time I played here, you guys actually didn't get to see this tee shot, but hopefully I make up for it a little bit here as I hit an excellent shot on the left side of the green, about 25 feet away from this pin, which from almost 200 yards out, 25 feet proximity is pretty darn good if you ask me. I mean, PGA Tour average from 175 is about 30 feet. So 30 feet, 35 feet, something like that. So 200 feet, I can imagine, is like 40 or 45. Or 200 yards, I mean. I think I said 200 feet by mistake. Sorry about that. And apparently I confuse feet with yards on this putt because I only get it about a third of the way there, it seems like. Just did not get it over the ridge and was just, I mean, I hate when I waste a good shot like that, especially with a bad putt, because I like to think I'm a pretty good putter. I mean, as you guys see, I've got much better looking of a stroke now. It doesn't look like I'm trying to will the ball in. It looks like I'm actually trusting my mechanics, trusting my body's movements, not looking up too early, everything just working in a nice flow. And, you know, sometimes that just isn't enough to save you. As you see here, I'm not able to make that par. So that's our first drop shot of the day. We're now 1 over through 4 holes, which still isn't bad. I mean, quarter bogey golf gets us in with that 76 number, and which was actually my target for today because my 9-hole scoring average for the entire year heading into this round was 40.517, and if I could shoot a 76 or better today, I'd get it below 40.5. So getting it below that 81 mark for 18 holes, which if I could get below that, meaning that I'm just on average shooting under double digits around, is excellent.
That was ripped. I hope it's
So
on.
that was my big goal for today. And I don't know if I picked the right course to do it. Well, part of it is because I'm in Michigan and I have no choice, and everything was closed in Michigan for Thanksgiving weekend because the weather was not nice enough. But 4 hours south of us, between Dayton and Cincinnati, it was nice enough to play. So my hands were kind of tied there. And obviously 430-yard par 4s don't help. This is my third shot after going wood and hitting the second one very well. So still have about 15, 18 feet, honestly, for this putt. Left adds in here again just to kind of give you guys a feel for the read. Was looking at that putt very closely as I step up to it. But today was kind of all about an assessment of how far my game's come in these last 3 years. I think it's just a good testament to the channel, a good testament to just why I do what I do. Just trying to improve as much as I can.
Kirby in over the line. Kirby back. And he scores!
Yeah, those help a bit, don't they? What an excellent putt on stroke hole number 3. Just exactly what you want to see. And if you can believe it, guys, that gets us 7 shots ahead of the last time I was here. I was 8 over through 5 holes this time last round that I was here in 2021, course vlog number 17. And I actually got a comment on that video, somebody telling me that, bro, you're terrible. And that video, I mean, I don't blame him for saying that based on what he had to go off of, but definitely this is kind of a take that so far. After a pretty lackluster tee shot, though, I had this difficult shot over the creek. Not a ton of room to hit the fairway while not having to go over that tree that sticks out on the left. And I didn't want to go over it because I didn't feel like I was hitting it high enough. But I hit a great shot. I had a 160 to clear the creek, easily did so. Wouldn't have done it on my tee shot, but hey, plan your misses. Know when to miss. Whoever has the best misses wins, and that's something I need to do more often in my game. I need to plan my misses a little bit more, at least somewhat, at least with my club selection, at least with everything like that. Because at the end of the day, it's not luck. At the end of the day, it's planning. And I think just through that planning, just through knowing if there's water in front of the green or water to the left of a tee to hit a club that I hardly ever hit left on that tee, or just take another club and be okay with being long. I mean, those bogeys are what those doubles and triples turn into when you know how to plan correctly.
Greer getting in the shot. They score!
And you know what else helps your score? Just draining those putts. I mean, I drained one on 5, Dad drains one on 6. I figured I'd keep it in for him because he actually played pretty well today. He shot an 85, which for him is decent. For me, obviously, it's not. But for him, it's decent. He shot 42 front 9, 43 back 9. He actually had a chance to break 80 with like 3 holes to go. But he ended up going OB on 16, but he was 8 over with 3 holes left, with a par 5 still to go. If you guys have seen my first 2 videos that I've done here, you'll know that hole 18 at Pipestone is a par 5, 490 yards. So, man, something tells me that hole is going to play a big role in how I judge how today went.
Worst swing of the day.
Hopefully this shot
that might
won't. This
miss
was
the
awful.
bunker to the left. In fact, that is
Just when you think everything's going your way, eh? You get yourself short-sided, downhill lie, super hard, compact ground. Anything inside of 10 feet here is phenomenal. Yeah. That's about what you're going to see on average for me, for somebody of my skill level from there.
That honestly wasn't too
You're
bad.
just going to see a shot where you just hit it a little too hard. You don't chunk it, but you don't get it anywhere near where you want it to go. Goes way long. So this putt coming back, about a 20-footer,
Come on back door. Come on.
super hard break to the right. And as you see here, I do a decent job with it. I mean,
wasn't too bad.
look at how much break that was, just on as much of a slope as that was. In the summer, they could never put that pin there. So, just so you know, guys, that was a ridiculous
and then it'll
putt.
trickle where you want it.
So, off to hole 8, which is another hole that I didn't get the tee shot of last time I was here, but this time I am, because I'm a better filmer now, in case you haven't noticed. The videos just look better. Which is kind of why I'm surprised that my first PipeStone video blew up as much as it did. It has almost 750 views. I mean, when your views are over double what your subscriber count is, I mean that's a video that's performed uncharacteristically well for you. So, you know, I always wondered, I mean, do people like watching me play poor golf? Do they think it's funny? Do they get some sort of sadistic pleasure from watching somebody not do well because it makes them feel better? Because I've always found that the golf content that I watch on YouTube, the stuff that's most entertaining to me is just when people are playing well. Like, I mean, I watch a ton of PGA Tour highlights. I always have. I've never been super into the videos where people are drinking a 12-pack and, you know, those Bob Does Sports videos, can we finish 27 fireballs and 9 holes of golf, just where they're playing like crap because they've just inebriated themselves so much. Like, I've never found that content is all that interesting. I've always found that if you find somebody who's really trying to improve their game and somebody who's willing to do whatever it takes to get there, you know, with my internship that I secured in Minnesota recently, yeah, I'm going to need to make a video about that, by the way. And also, you'll notice that where I am filming it, I am at that spot that I'm interning, and you guys are going to absolutely have your heads blown off with just, your brain is going to explode once you recognize where I am and how excellent of an opportunity it is. Unlike this shot, which I absolutely botch because my wedge swing sucks, and just shades of May and June of this year where I was just pushing everything with the wedges. I'm sure you saw in the Bucks Run golf vlog a little bit, as well as the Quest golf vlog in Cherry Creek a little bit. You guys saw that I was struggling with that. So, with all that being said, just kind of talked through these last couple holes, you know. Play well as you play quickly, they say. Just a tap-in par there on 8. Chance to save a par here on 9. So, 2 over currently on the round. 6 pars, 2 bogeys. I would say it's been pretty clean. Haven't really hit 2 bad shots in a row at any given point in the day, which is exactly how you keep those scores under 40. So let's see if we can finish it off here with this putt. This would be nice. Not going to happen. Doesn't break back. That's another thing. A lot of putts I overread today. I would say that was the one thing that I struggled with the most on the greens. Was I was overreading a lot of putts where, like, the slopes surrounding the holes, just the way that the setup of the golf course looked to me may have had something to do with that. It was difficult to deal with all day. But all in all, 39's a good score. No doubles, 16 putts, 2 out of 7 fairways. Needs to get a little better. Although that final tee shot should have been in the fairway, but obviously it's a weird hole where the fairway runs out. 100 yards before the green. You don't see that very often. But, you know, overall, a pretty solid round of golf. I believe I had 5 greens in regulation on that front 9. It's a strict correlation. You miss a green, you're most likely going to get a bogey. You make it, you're most likely going to get a par. And it's close to that 1 over per green missed average. I mean, 3 over, 4 missed greens. I mean, that's only 1 off. So, yeah, no surprises there. You know, just kind of your garden variety, decent 9 holes for me, I would say. I was a lot happier posting this video, you know, as opposed to the last one. You know, with how much I struggled back then with my game, with how awful my swing was. This video was a lot about just redemption for me, not just traveling back to a course that you guys eat up like crazy for some reason. I'm hoping this video blows up like the last one, especially because I played better this time. You know, 6 shots better. I mean, that's just night and day difference for 9 holes, you know. So I was really happy to just come back and assess how much my game's improved in these last 3 years. Definitely just seeing it on the same venue. A lot of my habits have gotten better. A lot of the way that I set up the shots, my routines have gotten a lot better. My attitude has gotten a lot better. Yeah, guys, things are looking up. I'm headed. A lot of parts of my game are headed into the right direction, headed into 2024. And I think you guys are going to see on the Southeastern Spring Swing, you guys are going to see on the Birdies Across America series, where at this time of this recording, I had birdied a hole in 10 states, including Ohio. Sorry that I didn't get it on video on this 9. Hopefully on the back 9. But, you know, with that series that I'm starting for this past spring break, I went down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I played in West Virginia on the way back home. I played in Wisconsin on the way here to my internship after staying the night in the UP. So I've got that series coming up. I think just a lot of the habits that I built at the trail end of 2023 are going to translate into some pretty decent golf in 2024. You know, in the rounds that I've played this year, some of them have been super good. Some of them haven't been good. A lot of personal things have happened that have taken me away from golf. And just the level of time that I can put into it. But now that my internship's starting up again, I think those things are going to fall into place. I'm going to have a much more consistent schedule on when I can play, when I can practice, and the golf is going to get real good real quick, guys. I promise you that, and I think you guys saw shades of that today. All right, guys, back 9 should be up soon. I'm sorry this took me so long, but now that my schedule isn't a complete cluster F, I think we're going to do a little better. Once a week, I think, is what we're going to be looking at for most of this summer, most of this year. So look forward to probably a touch more vlogs this year than last year, I would say. That's at least my prediction as of now. That could change. But as you guys know, this isn't my career. This isn't what I do full time. It probably will never be what I do full time, which sucks, but at the same time, I love it, and I'm going to give you guys as much as I can. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the return to an iconic course on the channel. This is Buffalo Ben 15 signing off. Have a good day, everyone.